Greetings and welcome to the Smashing Pistons video of Smashing Pistons meetup number 4, and we are here at Cosford even, RAF Museum. So we'll be having a bit of a wander around and then heading up to OK Diner later for some food. So yeah, I'm a bit early, so he says looking at his non-existent watch. I'm about an hour early, so I'll go and sort myself out for a bit and then come back, and hopefully people have turned up by then. So now people have turned up, I'll have a quick look round at who else is here, and then we can walk into the museum, because I think it'll be a bit cooler than the museum. So yeah, let's have a look. We have an arrival, and it is Simon in his little Dolomite, which looks very nice in the sun. It's very shiny.
How are you doing?
Not bad, you?
Yeah, good. Had a lovely journey.
Good.
Yeah, stuck to the A5 most of the way.
I think
interested in the M6.
So obviously this thing's here eventually, and then we saw Simon turn up in his lovely blue Dolomite. Dave has brought his are we allowed to call it a crap car? Your car?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Because it's not really crap, but because it's yours. So Dave's brought his CTI, which, if you didn't know, is a GTI without a top. And he was telling us the other day that the sills on it are like made from Iron Man suit material, and you have to have some sort of special cryptic radiation to destroy them. Also, I didn't notice that before, but it matches the colour of this Monster energy drink. Is that why you're drinking this
That's
Monster?
Why I drink it, yeah.
Okay.
Matching.
What?
If Monster want to sponsor me and take this up and have Monster Pipeline Punch, then yeah, they're more than welcome. Just send me a load of crates of Pipeline Punch, and that's a winner chicken dinner.
I'm sure they will do that.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure what I'd have to drink to get my car painted.
Oh.
Mud.
Maybe Monster Original with the green lid.
Oh yeah, because that'd go with the X-Power thing.
Yeah, like a touring car.
I like your thinking. And Jessie's turned up, and Jessie's brought Alex with her. And this is how you turn up in style. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't wave her through into VIP parking, to be honest. Get her parked up outside one of these big aeroplanes. But you do know your car's worthless, don't you?
Why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, you've literally just lowered the value of it to pence. In fact, I'll give you a £5 for it. I'll swap you for mine. So sometimes when you're walking around a car park, you see random things that you wouldn't normally see every day. We've got a nice, is it Mark 4 or 5, this one? It's the one with the weird front on it anyway. Escort. I think it's pretending to be a Cosworth because it's got a fat exhaust on it. But yeah, there we go. Old Ford. I'll have to research it.
It is a good day out.
Does yours do this though? Does yours do that though? Whoa, look at that.
No,
Unstable enough. Not mentally.
I don't think so.
I have to rely on the gyro in it, because if I didn't have the gyro in this, it'd just be like, wow, look like someone had got the old Parkinson's, yeah, shaking like a shitting dog.
I was just going to say a joke then, I'm not going to say it.
You can say it. You're among friends.
Not while I'm recording. Oh, we've only walked like 5 minutes, I'm already crackered. That building's quite cool. It's kind of like random stuff they have at Duxford, where there wasn't any ducks when I went. I was very disappointed. There was a couple of Fords though. And look, there's a water plane there. It's for landing on water. And then there's a little trainer over there. I think that's a hawk, I'm not sure. There's some cool stuff. They're very weird looking, these things. Look, you've got some sort of bubble in there. There's one round the other side, and that's where wheels go in. But look at this big lump at front. Pardon the expression. Well, you've got TV, so you can watch telly while you're flying. Look, there's a big lump. I assume that's some sort of radar thing. Maybe we should read about some of these rather than just guessing. Oh look, yeah, that'd fit in boot. Yeah, it would. Yeah, cost more than a fiver them there. Look, there's a cat. It's a very lucky cat. We shall find out why when I go around the other side. In June 1990, navigator Arthur Brown and his lucky black cat mascot, Twinkle Toes, and the pilot, blah blah blah. Twinkle Toes made the cold and dangerous journey tucked safely in Arthur's jacket pocket. Yeah, it's not a real cat though, is it? It doesn't matter. I get the feeling some of these people aren't taking this seriously.
No, we should behave. It's
Yes.
history.
Yes. So, shh. Not at this time of day. I assume this is some sort of Spitfire thing, eh? Yeah. People can tell the difference between Mark 1s and 2s and 3s, and I can't. I'm sure it's something to do with where wings join. A what?
A cockpit.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's what I thought you meant. Ooh. Biplanes are always nice looking things, even if they're not. Well, I suppose it must be easier to fly. I mean, that's actually quite a good point. Are cockpits? Are biplanes easier to fly than normal one-wing planes, or mono wings, I suppose they're called? I know if you've got a mono wing and the wings above the fuselage, that's an easier plane to control than the ones where they're below. But yeah, a biplane's easier to fly than mono wings. We'd have to ask someone that knew. I don't. Oh yeah, I've heard that was here. Well, that was here. I'd heard that was here. Yeah, that's why there were a queue outside to get in. People like looking at them. I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not being very funny. I'm not being very funny, am I? No. That's a blue pointy one there, isn't it? Is that the name for it? Should we just give them all as our names? Yeah.
Black Matt.
Big Black Matt.
Yeah, it's Matt Black.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we'd gone on to a different subject.
No, that was a different film.
This one's a delta wing. Look. Do you know what that means?
No.
It means it's got a big triangle wing instead of having front wings and little rear wings. It's a delta. That's how you impress the ladies, folks. See, I can't do that. Alex has got an advantage. Look, she's got a big stick, and I've got to use my arms. Awful. A British Aerospace experimental aircraft program. So it's another delta wing. They're massive. You can't really get an impression of how big they are on phone cameras, but rest assured that is quite the size. Well, I suppose you can give a bit of a guess considering how big the cockpit is. We've got more stuff. I think this is like the Cold War area. There's a placard over there telling us about it, but this could be. Well, I don't know. I don't know why I'm pretending I know what things are. But look at load bay on there. You can fit many a bombs in there. Maybe that's what that's from. Let's have a look. It's quite a big one. Okay, so that's quite an old thing. That's a World War II jobby, this thing. Oh, look at that. That's a professional. That's how a professional makes a video. Yeah, Doodlebug, that's it. So far, there's quite a lot here. It's a bit smaller, I would say, than Duxford, but it's really good. It's really clean. It's really airy. There's plenty of space for you to actually get a good look at stuff. Because a lot of rare museums, I've found everything's really enclosed in, so it's hard to get an actual look at exactly how big some of these things are, because you can't really tell when you're close to it. I mean, look at that. You can't tell how big that is from being that close. But if I walk away from it, so you can start seeing more of it in shot, you get an idea just how big it is, even though half of it's covered up there. So yeah, it's a nicely well laid out area. Now we were talking about how big planes are, but this is a good idea of how small some of them are. So that's a small biplane, and it's literally fits under the wings of that bigger bomber that you can see there. So it's crazy the variation in sizes of plane. Although, having said that, because if you think about it, boats are all sorts of different sizes depending on what they're used for. So it makes sense that you'd have planes that were all sorts of different sizes. The kind of thing that keeps vehicles all of a comparable size is the fact that they have to run on roads. That's the thing. Because if you see some vehicles that aren't used on roads, like the massive trucks they use for excavating and stuff, they're huge. Like that drag line thing that I filmed. By the way, I'm stood under an aeroplane now, so you can stand under him and all. This is quite impressive. There's a light bulb there. But yeah, you've got the front gun section, and then you'll have got your pilot, and then in the middle it's all clear as well. That's kind of unusual. You could just about, you probably can't on there. You could just about here see a bubble for another gunner, I believe, unless they were navigators. Can't tell. Oh, and here we go. We've got a what would you call it? Radial engine. That's it. But I was saying to Alex that the way that these pistons are all connected to the crankshaft is really odd, because if you think about it, it has to rotate, so it has to be on a separate sort of system, because it can't go past the centre. So they have to not catch each other. It's really weird when you look at one moving. Hopefully there'll be a bit of a demonstration of one somewhere. Here, what's this down here? Is this a prop? Or is it a real one? Hey, do you get it? Is it a prop or is it a real one? Obviously this is one of the Anime's planes. Well, it's got that's kind of a cool neat idea. So rear guns, it must move up and down. I wonder how they managed to not shoot their own tail fins off. Not tail fins. No, what do they call them bits? That's the rudder. Ailerons, is that what they are? I wonder how they managed to not shoot them off. There must be something that stops the gun pointing directly at them. Like maybe this gun only goes up that far and the rest of it points down. Maybe. Old technology is really cool when you see it up close. I wonder how different technology is on planes these days. Like proper modern cutting edge stuff. I wonder if there's sort of like some techniques that they used back in the days when they did these that they still use today. Because Alex was saying earlier, she was like saying, oh, there's like loads of different types of screw heads, and the parts are screwed on, some parts are riveted on. But I'd assume a lot of it today is sort of bonded. I think that seems to be the modern way of doing it, doesn't it? I suppose sort of fault checking for bonded things is a lot more complicated. Although, can you imagine having to go and check the tightness of all them screws? Maybe that's because one thing I was thinking is why all the screw heads point in the same direction. Maybe that's why. Maybe if you look and you can see the some aren't in line with whatever, you know that they've moved. Yeah. These are always interesting things as well. The art that they had on cider aeroplanes. I don't know what's happened to Daffy Duck there. He's had some sort of things happen to him. That looks like something out of Mighty Boosh. The Mighty Boosh aeroplane thing. I'll have to put my nerd voice on for this. You see these connectors on this thing here? I used to use them at work because we had a contract to build. I can't remember what it were, and I think they were tiny amplifiers or controllers for some army thing, and we had to use them type of connectors, and they were really old. There were less and less places making them, but they're really, really solid and really expensive. So they insisted on having them sort of connectors on stuff. Took ages to solder them. Massive. Don't know how I missed this one coming in. It's like a fish almost. So squishy. That's another German one. Look at them machine guns as well. Heck, they're a bit chunky. And then you've got your bit of your jet engine in there. Yeah, look how nice and streamlined that is. There's no wonder people saw things and thought they were seeing UFOs when everything were a weird shape. Look, we've got a jump jet, I believe. That's what this one will be called. A Hawker Siddeley Kestrel. So maybe it's before. Oh, hang on, that's different. No, it's not. There's a few things here, a few models. Look at that. That's a crazy looking beastie. Oh man, that one's even crazier looking. A Supermarine. But yes, it's a hover plane, so it can do vertical landing and takeoff, thanks to these side jets here. So that's where your thrust comes from, and you can point them down towards the floor and take off vertically. I assume that is the sort of angle calibration. So look, you can go to 98.5. Don't forget the half; it's important. But yes, there you go. Look at the size of this thing, massive. Some French thing.
I love that. But I was just saying, like the size of the engine, of how tall it is. She is one big bitch of an engine.
Yeah, what's it saying about you, Alex? Honestly, it's despicable.
I
got a big one.
Believe how big the engine, like the height of it.
Yeah.
How often do you
It's tall,
clean your
isn't
big
it?
bits?
Oh, I give it a good rub yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And I give the car a polish.
Oh.
Good.
Which bits did Raimi clean for you?
Nothing.
Did he not help? Ugh.
Did you cook me dinner though?
Oh, that's alright. I like this bit.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
I like polishing the little brass bit.
Mm.
And the nice sort of radioactive washer fluid.
I like that.
Is it berry scented?
I don't think that one is actually. I normally have a Halford purple one.
Oh.
Some pink shit, some green.
I'm going to do one of them arty shots where I just back off really slowly.
We're all back off, we're backing off.
We're all back
Back off, we're backing off.
We're all back
You're all weirders.
Yeah. And would I be able to get back to Burton in it? I think so.
Oh god.
Just stuff would be hanging on to it like other cars. And maybe a police.
Other cars.
But I like that. That's really
Yeah. Look, Alex is there. I'm filming Alex. She'll be doing her jokes again, but to her own thing. What was that joke you said?
What, are you getting on the right track?
Yeah, and what was that other one?
You're a right tanker.
Well done.
Don't give up your danger.
I've got nothing to say about this, other than, where are the fish?
The fish?
Yeah,
Oh, because it's a tank.
it's a tank. Look how big this thing is. It's huge. So, oh, hello. Oh, it's massive. Look at the size of that. A twin-engined, low-wing monoplane night fighter. It's brilliant. You'd be quite scared if you saw that coming towards you at night. Again, another example of. I wonder if this was why people thought they'd seen or UFOs or didn't know what they'd seen. So it's just a big weird shape. And then if you look even further up on the ceiling, got something else up there. That's nice. And then we're still stood underneath this thing. Oh, it's so much. Oh, and here's a jet engine. So this is how it differs from a normal 4-stroke. So it sucks air in, it squeezes it, and then it ignites it in the back of the turbine, and that's where you get your thrust from. So it's basically like a giant supercharger. Okay, so the first bit's like a supercharger with an air screw, and then you've got combustion chambers at the back with your actual turbines, which are the bit that gives you the power, where you draw the power from. Very good. But yeah, just look how complicated it is as a machine. It is funny doing this YouTube business because you come somewhere with people and look, Dave's walking around doing YouTubing stuff, Alex is walking around doing YouTubing stuff. You just end up wandering around filming stuff, and then it's really weird when you notice that other people are doing exactly the same sort of thing. But hopefully, I'm sure there were a Vulcan somewhere in here. We'll have to see if we can find it.